the market evolve and grow, I have to do the same thing.
Right.
I cannot maintain the same level of like interest in certain topics, the same, friends, the same activities. I can't do the same thing forever. It has to change. My friends have to change. You know why I don't want you? Because motherfuckers worth nothing.
Welcome to the Digital Social Hour podcast. I'm your host, Sean Kelly, here with my co-host, Wayne Lewis.
What up, what up?
And our guest today, Him500.
What up, boss? What's up?
Him500 in the
I'm
building.
Good. I'm good.
Man,
I'm
Mr.
good.
Him.
Him, not them.
right.
Got the watch on.
Himmy Neutron.
This is like, I'm with the family, man. This is
some light.
That's a comfortable day. Yeah.
That's some light work.
What you in Vegas for?
Family. Had a family emergency.
Family trip?
So, yeah, it came out and not a family trip, family emergency. So we came out to spend some time and make sure everybody was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you been working on lately?
Honestly, man, just building out my community, building and working and just doing some stuff on YouTube, starting to play on YouTube more.
Because you've been kind of off the scenes, like I
ain't been selling as much.
Step back a little bit, right?
Yeah, I built a new platform. So we built EYL University.
Okay.
Powered by recession-proof. And so with that, I've been kind of like operating and building out the operations behind the scenes. So we focus on that. So we getting back outside now.
Yeah, I thought somebody might have pissed you off. I thought everybody's taking your style might have.
It's one of the things that I do see is that in the community is that it coming. I can cuss?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I ain't know. But yeah, it comes with the territory. But my thing is that I teach people how to be me.
Right.
Like I don't put NDAs out there. I don't put do not compete. I teach you something, you master it, go run, learn how to empower other people.
Right.
That's gonna be the main goal is win, but just do right. You know what I'm saying? Like stand on your word. Like, selling information at this point is a business.
Right,
it ain't it's really a business. So treat it like a business and as your product. You don't gotta lead with the bullshit. I'm just trying to help. Like I'm looking to make money too. Like I'm in business to make money. So if I'm here to make money, make sure my product is good. Make sure your product is good. If you sell a course and you selling information, redo it. You know what I mean? And if you're not an expert at something, partner with an expert. It's cool if you can sell better than me. If I could outsell you, I'll get an expert to come in and expose you to more people.
Right.
So it's just all strategy. So, but I just been building
Right.
and figuring out how to because now we're going in a different model, expanding, throughout the world instead of just being in the U.S. So I got a chapter in Canada and Europe and Africa coming.
When expanding, in that aspect, are you applying different methods because different methods apply for different countries, different states, or like how do you expand in that aspect, dealing with so many different countries, continent, people, and scenarios?
Taking Canada for example,
right? Because the laws are different, right?
Yeah.
So you constantly learning.
Exactly. So I've been mastering and building out my credit for Canada.
Okay.
Realizing that my credit report over here don't apply to the one in Canada. So.
Okay. So how does that look like?
You learn the dope part is I started learning the bordering states are the states that we kind of look at like Detroit.
Okay.
Because people can live in Detroit and work in Canada. Part of New York, Buffalo, part of Washington.
Right.
So you look at like the banking systems of where they connect. And so it's starting to teach me, okay, this is my end over here into the country. These are the entry points where the banking systems kind of meet, but just learning their systems and how their credit reporting agencies work, it's a lot different. But it doesn't, it's a way that you can have it where it doesn't collide, where what's on your U.S. credit report doesn't affect your Canada credit report.
Wow.
So somebody who got bad credit in the U.S.
they ain't got bad credit in Canada.
Ooh.
But why is that though? Can you elaborate on that, or you want to?
It's different systems.
Okay.
Different countries, different systems. Credit
It's
don't
still
exist.
the same bureaus, right?
Somewhat no,
Okay.
but somewhat no. Yes and no. But like you go Africa, they don't do credit.
You ever feel like you want a wholesome meal?
What is it based on?
I ain't all the way deep there yet, so I ain't going. But you know, a lot of stuff is not based, like it ain't credit based. So a lot of countries you start going into that don't base around credit and things like that is cash. So it's different models of business and ways that we can utilize them together. But I'm still learning. Like I ain't an expert at it. I'm still learning, and that's why I'm kind of fleshing it out. And I've been focused on that because it's like, yo, we got a lot of room for expansion and growth as entrepreneurs, business owners, to really grow in different countries.
That's a totally different way to think about it, because as the world shifts and we're dealing with a change in currency, your businesses are going to have to be international. You're going to have to make them footprints over there and plant them seeds over there. So your first thing is understanding their banking system and leveraging over there already.
Yep.
That's like he's probably 10 years ahead.
Well, that happened to Nick, because remember he was in Canada and he had no credit when he moved to the U.S.
Yeah.
Even though he had like $1 million.
Yeah, that's...
And you start realizing like, yo, how do we use the system? Because in the U.S., credit is super popular. It's not as much over there. They learn, they make money, they do things, but it's not as lucrative, the reward points and things like that. It's not the same. It's not so many banks out there trying to give $25,000 credit cards, trying to compete amongst each other for interest rates. And so it's just different.
Now, how did you get in the info product space? Because you made millions with it, but where were you at before you started?
So before the info, I was real estate. I dealt with real estate. I used to do cell phone repair and just an entrepreneur, like always working in different businesses. And I'm like, yo, I start making money from having good credit. So I'm like, yo, how can I literally like get more people like me? Like if I can get 10 people, 100,000, we got $1 million.
Right.
We can go invest $1 million, flip it, do things, and change everything. So I was like, yo, let me put it out there like, yo, I mentored 10 people for $1,000.
Right.
You realize everybody don't want the same objective. They looked at something I said in my marketing and what I was going to teach, and that's how they want it. They ain't want to partner and be team members. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, they seen it. You know, I'm just posting on social media. I ain't understand marketing, and I'm like on my stories just showing like our call. People like, yo, can I join next month? And I'm like, ain't no next month. Well, 10 people, $1,000 a piece. It could be a next month. Cool. So I put it out there. Bro, 18 people signed up.
Wow. And $1,000 a piece. That was the first time.
That was the second time. First time I sold out 10. So I said, oh, 18. I said, well, I created a Facebook group for the first group. So the second group, it literally, my Facebook group is still called Him500 Mentorship.
Right.
And I'm like, it was just for us to talk and communicate. So I put the second people in the group, and the first people was helping them. And I said, yo, this is dope. And I was like, well, shit, we growing. I can keep letting people come in.
Right.
Man, bro, that's what started. And then I did a conference. I'm like, yo, let's come together, get together in Atlanta. I did a small event, 2019. Did a small event where everybody just came. Probably was like under 100 of us. And bro, it was like a family reunion for everybody to finally meet. And it just
created this community. Yeah, this culture.
It morphed into something crazy, 20,000 members strong now. Just did what it was supposed to.
Wow. So your skill is building a community, basically.
It was, I didn't know. Bro, it's turned into that now, I can say that. But initially it was the biggest thing for me, what I looked at was giving people what they needed, what I didn't have. Like, you know, when we building and you coming up, you be by yourself. Like how many people you still got around you from when you was 18?
Being that person to other people that you need.
And giving the resources.
Yeah.
Like it was like, what's the resource that I need? It's like, bro, I need other hustlers. Like I want to be around other people talking about money. Like, how do we get around each other? And it ain't always got to be like a sale. So instead of me saying, yo, man, you teach about e-commerce, come sell to my people. I'm like, nah, I'm going to buy your course and give it to them. So if they want to learn e-commerce, they got it readily available. So it's like being I know that I never forget a video me said like, yo, your crew is only as good as the boss.
Right.
Like if you a thieving boss, you gonna have a thieving crew. If you got a giving ass boss, then you have a giving ass crew.
Right.
My thing was always to not be selfish. Bro, whatever course y'all need, I'll go get it. I'll go get the experts. Y'all looking, I seen buying businesses is cool. I go get with Roland Frazier. I'll pay to be in his masterminds and get the course and bring this back to my tribe. I'm not going, I don't want y'all to go pay other people.
Right.
Stay with me. I'm doing conferences. Y'all want to go to conferences? I'm doing one better than everybody. I'm going to have the biggest one and it's free. Now what? Now you don't got to go to theirs. We going to have our own and it's just us.
So it's the each one, teach one mentality. You go back, you get you go back, you hunt, you bring the food back and you teach them how to do it.
And I bring the experts in to help.
Right.
So that way everybody is because
and it's more cost effective that way
for them.
Yeah.
But
everybody can afford $50K.
It's lucrative for me because you can one-stop shop here.
Right.
And I'm housing and putting everything together for us here where you ain't got to go 5-6 different places buying all these different courses.
Right.
Like you learn credit, you go get the money, and you're like, what do I want to do with it? I want to start an e-commerce store. Well, now you got to go spend another $5,000 to learn e-commerce and hope that this person stand on it and that they got a good course.
You're already a trusted
support system. Here, we got it right here. We got the support system here. Now you got to go do the work. We here.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of like how I built. Like I didn't have nobody to give me opportunities and give me education and give it to me like that. And I'm like, as I started, it just kind of morphed, and I just started realizing, like, because people would come and want to sell to my community, and I'm like, I don't want you to sell my community. So here, I give you $25,000.
Right.
I give you $50,000. Give me your course. People like, bet. Now it's to the point they give it to me for free because somebody probably watching, like, man, I'll say my course is $25,000.
Right.
It's free now. You got to give it. The community too big. It make you an authority in your
So
place.
after being in this space for so long, right, and dealing with so many different people, what are some of the things still to this day that frustrate you about certain people or certain communities and even us, like as the Black community?
Frustrate me?
Yeah. Or that you feel like even with yourself, like,
yeah, oh, cool.
like,
This is what we talking about.
Right? Is it me? Right.
He about to go off.
Need a space like this. Nah, bro, it's a lot of things out there, right? You got fear mongering. Right. People out there confusing people, got people scared to invest in education, and they fear monger and cause bullshit topics to make it cool to get views.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get the followers who say like, oh man, I'm gonna do what they doing because it's working. Like negativity start getting clicks and views, and you get the spineless backbone line that go, oh, since that's getting clicks and views, I'm gonna be negative like them.
Right.
And it's like positive for the last 5 years, and now because it's cool to be negative,
you want to be negative,
and your positivity ain't selling no more how it was.
Right.
You been it for.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you cause confusion. Like if somebody build a lane for themselves, let them have their lane. You need good and bad. You need it. You need people every guy, it got to be a devil.
For the comparables.
It's needed.
Yeah.
It's 100% needed. But what happens is the people in the mid, like you got to remember there's consumers looking and watching. When you stand on one side of positive, like stay where you was at. Don't go conform and switch over because of the negative start getting attention. That's hella lame to me. Another thing frustrates me is people that say, yo, our community, we start to feel like we shouldn't have to pay for information.
Right.
And like we'll say the same, Plymouth Rock landed on us. We ain't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Yeah.
Yo, man, we got crab in a bucket mentality. And then the saying was, well, who put us in the bucket? It's perfect. I shouldn't have to pay for information. No. Why can't you afford it? When you say you want something, like, why aren't you in a position to be able to afford it? If somebody tell you it's $1,000 for you to learn and for me to help you do something and you can't afford the $1,000, the issue is not me charging you the $1,000. The issue is why you can't afford it. The you do every day that you ain't got $1,000.
Hey.
You can go work at McDonald's. You got 3 options. I give people 3 options. You can go labor, take your to a warehouse, a FedEx, a Toys R Us. You can go work at McDonald's. Uber, if you a boss, I can't work for nobody. Okay, well look, big man, you broke and you can't go work for somebody. Well then go work for yourself and do Uber. People make the top 83% of people who drive for Uber make over $75,000 a year.
Yeah, I know a dude made 100
driving for Uber.
Yeah,
That's wild.
So go drive for Uber. If not, worst case, bro, can I check your DMs for you for $125 a week? And I check your DMs for $125 a week. Give me your passport. You don't got to send me your password. Do it on LastPass. I don't need it's an app that will give me access to your messages. I don't have to log into your actual Instagram. I can just check the messages. Mm-hmm. If business owners ain't checking their messages, give me $125 a week. That's $500 a month. Mm-hmm. If I get 10 people, that's $5,000 a month. Mm-hmm. Now I'm making $5,000 a month. Okay, cool. You got a product for sale. You got something for sale. Mm-hmm. Can I get 3% to 5% commission off anything I sell in a DM? Mm-hmm. Now I'm making an extra, let's just say I make an extra $500 a week.
Affiliate, yeah.
Nah, employee. I'm working, it's your stuff. Right. I need a commission. Mm-hmm. I'm a sales agent now because I'm checking your DMs. Yeah. I'm making $5,000 a month checking the DMs. Now, if I can get $500 a week in commissions out of the DMs from people already sending you messages, I'm at $500 a week on 10 people. That's $5,000 a week. Mm-hmm. $5,000 a week. That's $25,000 a month. Mm-hmm. Why you ain't got no money? It's not that you don't do it. It's don't want to work. Right. It's grind and hustle. I worked in warehouses. I check my own DMs. But like when I tell you I get up and work, like I fly around 7 days a week. They say we don't got an opportunity, or people want to charge for information. People want effort for information because it costs me $100,000 a month to operate my business. Right. For me to have customer support when you want to send an email in, for me to put a Facebook group together, for me to build out my app and have an app and a software and a tech team to do live calls and have coaches creating curriculums now. Right. As currently things come about, we create our own curriculums in house. I got HR to hire staff. I got 26 people. I sell education. That's my product. I have to make sure my product is good. It costs me to fulfill this. Mm-hmm. It costs me to create this. It costs me to market. It costs me to brand for you to even see me and know who I am. Mm-hmm. Right. I'm not out here and nobody know me, so I'm just getting paid. Right. It costs to market and advertise. That's the thing that people don't realize. It's a business. Right. And oh man, it's a hustle. It's not a hustle. It's a real business. Mm-hmm. Like I got a 8-figure business, did 25 million in 2 years. Like it's a real business. It's not a hustle. So when you join something like this, it costs to create. Right. That's what I tell people, like, yo, and it'd be frustrating because they like, oh, you should give it to me. No, you're not gonna be successful if you don't got $1,000. I was charging $5,000. If you don't got $5,000, you know why I don't want you? Because my worth nothing. You're not willing to dedicate to yourself, and the reason I say you're not worth nothing is because you only worth the ability that you have with your work ethic. You only worth your work ethic. Right. However hard you're willing to work, that's the only amount of success you're gonna get. Right. It's all based off your work ethic. If you're not willing to work and you say I'm broke and you ain't willing to go work, then you're never gonna be successful, and nothing I teach you is gonna help you. Gotcha. It's no point of me even trying to help you. I can only help those who are willing to put the work in. If you're not, they say, oh, people don't be successful on courses. They don't work. It's not that I learned a book, but then I didn't go do nothing.
They didn't apply the knowledge that they learned, or
it's the work ethic, bro.
Either way. Yeah.
Every day you got to get up and work.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day you got to get up and work. If you wake up and you like, and what happens is, and I know it starts with mindset, because it's easy to sit down and get contemplated and get bogged down with I'm broke. Mm-hmm. And you get consumed with negativity, and you get consumed and be stressed out, and you let it beat you. Mm-hmm. Man, I just can't figure it out. And it beats you. You got to get that shit off your shoulder. Mm-hmm. That's how I tell people, do whatever's uncomfortable, but just do something. Mm-hmm. Go work at the McDonald's. Go do Uber. I know you may not want to do that, but you do that to get it off your shoulders to where you like, okay, I don't want to do this, but I'm feeding myself doing it. What's next? Right. I got to do something next, but you got movement. Right. You willing to get up and work. You're doing. It's not bogging you down and you're dormant. Mm-hmm. You sit there dormant and you be in the comments looking like a saying, give it to me for free or do that. Like, no offense, like you like a though. Like, I be telling men, bro, you got to get that off you. Right. Like, you got to, as men, you got to get it up off you. Mm-hmm. Like, let that go and be like, let me figure out, let me go work. Right. We have to have movement. I can work with my mind. I can work with my hands. I can work with my labor anyway, but don't sit and complain like somebody owe you something. Right. Work for it. Like,
that's powerful.
How did getting successful affect your relationship with your family and friends?
Great. My family's amazing. So, you know, with me is, I would say it's amazing, but it's a stressful thing because I move a lot. I'm always traveling. And I had to figure out, like, I already didn't have great examples when it comes to being a father.
Yeah.
So I have to learn, like, man, I know I'm not the best dad. Well, who is? Like, who the people I'm gonna study like to be a best dad? And I started, purposely making friends with fathers that I respected and seen and liked what they did. And, with success, it allows me to have the ability, some freedom to be able to finance things that I probably wouldn't be able to.
Right.
So I can take my family with me when I go somewhere. I can take the whole family on vacations and still work. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes I know I'm going to have to leave and be focused only on the business, and they got to take the back seat. But it's sometimes when my business is going to take the back seat, and I'm because I'm in a financial position, I can put my business in the back seat when my family need me.
Gotcha.
And it's like, nah, it's Christmas. We out. We 2 weeks. We in Paris. We going to do this. We going to Disneyland over here. I can spend time and dedicate this to them and go, okay, I know, like, if I do nothing, my daughter's happy with me waking up in the house and eating Captain Crunch. Like, this is her morning. Here, let's just play hide and seek. Cool. Let's go play tag and run around the house. My oldest, let's go swimming. I want to get on the roller coasters with me. Like, these are the things that they require from me. And the finance part is cool, because now we go to Paris and go to Disneyland. We don't wait in no line.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll go through the whole park in 2 hours, 3 hours.
Right,
We out.
Sometimes one line there's 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, listen, but this is what, and it's not to say, I don't want to be vanity and be frank. I feel like I can be comfortable here. I ain't no censor.
Yeah, no,
but
you good.
we get to it. Like, this is what we work for, because it's things in our life that we desire. Like,
Right.
it may be, you may want to tithe and donate $1 million to your church,
Still takes
$100,000 to your church. Like, it's a lot of things, whatever it is that you desire. For me, I want my kids to have experiences. I want them to be well traveled. Like, I want them to understand, know different languages, different cultures. We're looking at moving to Dubai at the end of the year. Like, I want them to be exposed to the world. I got exposed to the community and to hood, and those things hindered me for a long time.
Right.
And I'm still getting those bandages off. I still got those traumas,
Yeah.
Wow.
and from growing up where I grew up.
Yeah.
And so even sometimes the way I speak, like, it still it sits on me.
It's in you, not on you.
So it's
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah.
how do I, create a human? I'm creating my children. I created you. So I have the ability to put you in environments that
Yeah.
pour into who you become.
Right. Absolutely.
So everything that inserts into who you become is based off of what I present to you. So I want you to be world travel. I want you to understand different cultures. I don't want you to be of one culture. I don't want you to be like I only knew 20 years of my life. I grew up in one city and only knew that demographic, only knew that lifestyle, only knew that culture, and only knew the traumas and everything, the negativity that came with it, and everybody else that came with this.
Right.
So now it'd be like, wait a minute, I moved to Atlanta and I see Black excellence, and it was like, man, it's amazing here. And you could be whatever you want. It's Black excellence. And I go and I succeed, and you feel like I made it.
Right.
And then you realize that it's a false sense of security, because ain't no other city in the world like Atlanta where you could be Black and every restaurant you go to is Black owned, and the valet is Black owned, the airport is full of Black employees.
Right.
And you take now you got this money and you take to Dubai and you realize that, yep, you by yourself again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go to Istanbul, you in Paris, and it's like, oh, okay, nah, this is not the world.
Right.
And it's a lot of different cultures that you don't understand, religions that you don't understand, the way that these countries operate. Everywhere don't operate like the U.S. And it's cool that they're different.
Right.
And I want to, like, understand that, and I want my kids to understand that, and not think that, oh man, you grew up and you deal with a Black and white society with the white people oppressing the Black and talking about slavery, and this is the big thing. It's like, this is where we come from, but this is, people go through this all around the world, different levels, different reasons, skin colors, religious types. It's a lot that come with it, and I just want them to be, exposed to that.
So seems like I mean, just by the, from what I've seen, that you're big on recreating yourself.
Yep.
Like, how did that come about? and like you're constantly recreating yourself. Like you look different. Like, you know, it's like you like why, like not why, but like I know you're constantly evolving. Like, how do you stay evolving? Like, what keeps you going? Like, what keeps you going?
Bro, is that you can't be like, look at the things, how things grow.
Right.
We're on a podcast.
Right.
Podcast didn't exist 5 years ago.
Not at all.
Music used to be on CDs in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It was on iPods by 2006.
Right.
It was on the phone by 2010. Now it's to a point where that's the biggest place to market music is on podcasts and different shows. You don't go radio no more. Like nobody, like people will go on a podcast. Keep it a buck. People will go on Drink Champs before they go to Breakfast Club now.
Yeah.
We don't need to go there. We don't got to go to radio. I go to my man's.
Yeah.
I go to DJ Academics. Put on his social media. Things change and evolve, and you look at it and you go, what makes me different? Because I'm a human.
Yeah.
Every industry and everything in my life has changed. Look at technology, the .com era, to phones and smartphones, and now to the point where how you hire, how people do jobs, everything is off the phone. Like it used to be, oh yeah, I need to get an office and have all these computers. It's like, nah, you need a office with charging ports. Like, all you need is charging ports. Bro, work off your phone. I ain't give you no laptop. Like, if you ain't doing digital editing, like, and you can do that off your phone.
Right.
It's nothing in this world you can't do off your phone. So when you look at it, it's like the world is constantly evolving. Now with AI, I look at what's going on with stocks. 2 years ago, if I said, bro, if you want a sure bet investment, just put your money in Apple, Google, you know, you put it in an ETF back with all the big tech companies like Apple and Microsoft. And, you know, next 10, 15 years, it's a sure bet. You'll get a good return. You don't got to really worry about losing because historically these companies have won. Now AI comes around and rocks their world. Now they stocks is questionable. Now it's, what is, they got to recreate. They got to go to work. Right. And a lot of these stock companies, their stocks is dropping down. Right. So now it's not that much of a sure bet. These AI companies is skyrocketing. Not saying they're a sure bet because they haven't proven themselves over time. But they evolve. The markets evolve and grow. I have to do the same thing. Right. I cannot maintain the same level of like interest in certain topics, the same, you know, friends, the same activities. I can't do the same thing forever. It has to change. My friends have to change. My the business model has to change. Everything has to change constantly and be okay with it because then I never get comfortable.
There are so many people that's afraid to change. Bro, they're scared to grow.
Yeah, one thing I knew, I always, me and my wife go back and forth. I tell her, I say, listen, I don't over celebrate my highs. Like I don't over celebrate my wins and I don't get down on my lows. I stay in a solid space where I'm comfortable because I know I'm constantly evolving. I'm constantly gonna be changing. And you know, I'm gonna make moves. Some moves may be for the good, some moves may be for the bad, but just keep moving. Keep moving. Movement is everything. And that's what propels us forward. You know what I'm saying? Like if I tell anybody that, it's like, yo, keep working, keep moving. Like, how long y'all been doing this?
4 months.
4 months.
200 episodes in. We'll be at 200 episodes this
end of this week.
This week, yeah.
Outwork everybody.
That's exactly what we on.
You know what I'm saying?
We on too.
Outwork.
I love that.
That's it. It's just like, yo, like, it's just outwork people. Like, you grind so hard and do so much shit. Like, yo, I'll just outwork you. Because most people don't want to work.
Yeah, people overthink it. They think it's some secret formula, but if you just outwork, that's like 80% of it.
Yeah, and the reason why I was saying that is because, you know, I seen the credit, the transformation, and then now, you know, it's more so like you're applying the content, you're pushing like this emphasis on why companies they should be pushing contents. And you mentioned Finstas and how some people are using their Finstas for or to, you know, do whatever because they don't want to be seen by their jobs. And you like, nah, your company should have a Finsta. You know, don't follow nobody so you can understand the algorithm and so that you can start, you know, using that as market research and things of that sort. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, because bro, you know, a lot of people looked at me as a credit guy.
Yeah.
Credit was just a product. Like I'm a businessman.
Just a gateway, just a door opener.
It was what I was selling. Yeah. It's what I led with to teach people about business. It was just my entryway to show you what you can do with business.
Right.
I'm not the master and the best person in credit.
Right.
I just mastered how to get more money than everybody else leveraging credit. So I can help people get more money leveraging credit.
Right.
You can be the master of credit, but you can't get the money I know how to get with it. I'm the master of that. And so what happens is that, you know, I have several conversations, and me and Trap always have conversations. And he'd be like, bro, you're a bad motherfucker when it comes to this business shit. I know you be talking that credit shit. He's like, but I think they overlook
your
the business side. And I'm like, you know, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I should start doubling down and really teaching people and showing people the business acumen of like how to apply things and how to do certain things. Like I just gave somebody a business model on here. Like literally just built out here $5,000, $10,000, $20,000.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot some content right now. I gotta re-put that shit out. Or I'm gonna re-clip it off of here and put it back out. Because I'm literally giving you a model of like, yo, how you make money. And it's simple. It's like, well, then I always think of people's objections. Well, how do you find the people to they DMs?
Always.
He won't DM me back, right?
Always.
Okay. Go on Fiverr, buy a list of 500 and play the numbers game. Go buy 500 influencers that sell information products. Okay, give me 5 influencers and I'm a DM 500. At a 500, 1% will respond. Now I got 5.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all a numbers game with
it.
DMs. I used to DM like 100 a day back in the day.
So we used to use the bot that did it until Instagram blocked.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
Now you got you got ManyChat.
Yeah.
So now you can use ManyChat to DM and learn how to hack algorithms. Okay, so I go do 500. It doesn't work for me. I'm not sending 500 messages out. Okay, well, here, can I do a collaboration post with you for 10,000? And on the collaboration post, I want you to leave it up. I need you to do Instagram live with me, right? I'm sure hack other people.
Yeah.
I give you 10,000 to do an Instagram live with me about what? Business. 10 minutes. But I want a collaboration post after of one clip and highlight. Would you do it? Possibly, right? Because we on here now, so it's gonna blow it. But do it to other people. Now, what I'm gonna do is, if I wanted to, I may pay you 10,000, but now I'm gonna tell you to do a collaboration post, and I'm gonna put my ManyChat on there and put a keyword. I'm not gonna sell and solicit. I'm gonna take a valuable piece of information that you said, and I'm gonna do a keyword, some kind of keyword that they comment for the full episode. Now you're in my algorithm. Now I got you on my ManyChat. Now you opted in. Now if I give you, in order for me to give you the full live that we did, you got to give me your name, phone number, email. Some kind of way I got you to where I can communicate with you.
Right.
If I'm looking to grow and I'm making a couple dollars, like if I wanted to, you got a lot of business owners and a lot of people who follow you for business in their own companies. Well, guess what I'm gonna do? Here, if you want somebody, and I'll ask you, would you benefit? Like I take this episode, say yo, and you said, yeah, I would pay somebody to check my DMs. This, that, we should buy, or we did this. I sent 100 DMs, and I clipped that and be like, yo, would you want somebody to send you DMs because it's gonna help you exponentially grow your business? Comment DM.
Right.
I don't have to have a big following.
Right.
You do. When we collaborate, your audience the one that's gonna see it.
Right.
Now I got all my clients.
That's smart, man. I love that.
You see what I'm saying?
That's deadly, bro.
Jimmy Neutron. Not Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yo. But that, it'd be like, yo, so it'd be like, you gotta look at the landscape like, yo, when you wanna work, but this don't come from nowhere. This shit come from me hustling. It come from me thinking.
Right.
I sit and think and analyze what it is that I do and how can I get better. That's why I tell people, you gotta work. It comes from experience. You test things out and see what works.
Man, I could talk to you for hours, but we gotta wrap up.
Right.
What's next for you, man?
Man, just continuously building. I'm focusing on the university, just putting people in and adding value there, and just getting everybody in and growing.
You have another conference?
Yeah, I got one coming up. I ain't made the announcement yet. I'm making some changes, so
Okay.
I got some coming.
All right,
but
we'll come through
it'll
this time.
Yeah, for sure.
most definitely. It's gonna.
I
be
heard good things about the last one.
dope. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Wayne?
Man. Y'all don't take no gems from that. I ain't got nothing for you.
Man, that was bars. That ManyChat thing got my brain racing. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Digital Social Hour. See you next time.
Peace.